Hi, this is Derek from Operatr, and today I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Operatr I/O for Apache Kafka. Operatr is an engineering toolkit for Apache Kafka that's provided as a single Docker container that connects to your Apache Kafka cluster like any other Apache Kafka consumer or producer. Operatr also manages Schema Registries and Kafka Connect installations, and as we can see from this installation, can manage multiple sets of Apache Kafka resources at the same time. Operatr is geared to give your engineers absolutely fine-grained control over not only Apache Kafka in terms of brokers, topics, and consumer groups, but to give you great insights into how your applications are running that are powered by Apache Kafka. Operatr takes snapshots of metadata of all of your connected Kafka resources every minute, storing that data in local topics inside your Kafka cluster, so no data leaves your environment. Operatr integrates with a number of enterprise providers for user authentication and authorization, including Okta, GitHub SSO, Azure AD, and AWS SSO. Broadly speaking, any OpenID provider or SAML authentication provider is supported. Operatr also provides a fine-grained control of user access via role-based access controls. See our support hub or our website for more detail. Engineers who are using Operatr can switch into live mode, which reduces the frequency of snapshot time down to every 5 seconds. And as you can see in this case, I'm now seeing a much more real-time picture of the operation of my Kafka cluster and the consumer groups within that Kafka cluster. I'll leave live mode for the moment and revert to our normal 1 hour period overview. One of the most used features of Operatr is to dive into the data on topics. So in this case, in our data inspect user interface, I can choose a topic and select surdays with any number of surdays supported out of the box, including Apache Avro, where you've configured a schema registry for your cluster. I can look at recent messages in topics. I can search for messages by key. I can change the time period of my search to be within a recent 1 minute, 15 minute, or 1 hour window. And as I'm finding those results, I can continue to process through time, much like a Kafka consumer does. I can take a message that I've found and I can reproduce it to a topic. Or I can reproduce it to a different topic, which might be useful if you're working with dead letter queues. In this case, this user does not have the role-based access controls required, the policy required to reproduce to that particular topic. I get a great insight into my Kafka cluster in terms of brokers and how the topics are distributed amongst those brokers. As always, I can drill down into individual brokers, or I can compare brokers. This faceted element of the UI is consistent through every single user interface within Operatr. And as always, I have the full metadata of the broker topics that make up this insight into the brokers of Apache Kafka. I can look at each configuration item for each broker, drill into particular items if I want to, and if our brokers are configured to allow it, I can edit that configuration. With topics, I get a similar view, giving me insights into the distribution of partitions within each topic. I can choose a particular topic, or I can, as always, compare topics. And I see all of the metadata associated with those topics in terms of the topic partitions. Again, I can view all of the configuration for topics, drilling down into particular topics if I like, or just viewing things like individual configuration items across all of the topics in my attached cluster. And again, I can edit that configuration if I have the role-based access control policy, if we have RBAC configured. I can create new topics, and I can see the associated Kafka shell script command that would take that same action for me. Each topic and broker configuration item comes with full Kafka documentation explaining what that configuration item means. I can choose to delete topics. Our group view gives us really fine-grained insight into the consumer lag for groups within a Kafka cluster, and our multi-dimensional approach shows that lag broken down by the consumer group host, the topic being consumed from, and the broker serving the leader partition of those topics. I can see each consumer group, the individual members, and the metadata for each member assignment, including lag to a member assignment level. I can drill down into individual consumer groups. If I have a Kafka Connect installation configured here, I see a similar view for Kafka Connect with the Kafka Connect connectors and tasks and their associated consumer groups and rights. Where I have a Schema Registry configured, as I do with this third cluster in this set, I can see all of the schema subjects. I can choose to delete schema subjects. I can edit subjects and create new versions of them. I can even diff subject versions to see what has changed. Finally, where I have ACLs configured within a cluster, I can view all of the ACLs. Thanks for watching. For more information, head to operator.io.